the B-24 Liberator, the bomber that killed thousands of its own crews.
Factories churned out one B-24 every single hour during WWII.
By war's end, over 18,500 were built, hundred-stoned, more than any other bomber in history.
On paper, it was faster, farther, and more powerful than the B-17 Flying Fortress. Its Davis wing gave it unparalleled lift and the ability to reach distant targets.
But in reality, its controls were heavy and exhausting to manage.
Its thin wings could tear under pressure, turning missions into deadly gambles.
Fuel tanks were exposed. A single hit could ignite the entire plane. Escape was nearly impossible. Catwalks were tight, hatches small. The B-24 flew everywhere: Europe, Africa, the Pacific, often in extreme danger.
Crews faced enemy fighters, deadly flak, and freezing altitudes above 20,000 feet.
Its speed and handling differences often tore formations apart.
In the Atlantic, it hunted U-boats, closing the black hole where convoys were vulnerable.
For the first time, German wolf packs could be hunted from above. Yet, every mission carried risk. Many crews never returned. Pilots rotated every 15 minutes to stay conscious. Fatigue was constant.
Gunners clung to their .50 calibers as fighters swarmed their formation.
One burst of anti-aircraft fire could rip a wing clean off. Inside, the bomber became a steel coffin in seconds.
August 1, 1943, Operation Tidal Wave turned a low-level raid on Ploiești oil refineries.
177 B-24s took off, engines roaring, each carrying 10 men and heavy bombs. Maps were sealed until the last moment to maintain secrecy. But German intelligence had already betrayed their plans. The enemy was waiting. The first cracks appeared almost instantly. A single bomber veered off and plunged into the sea. Confusion rippled through the fleet. Formations broke apart before reaching the target.
Flying just 250 feet above the ground, crews faced flak at eye level.
Direct hits set bombers ablaze, leaving little chance to survive.
Gunners fired until barrels glowed, hoping to protect their comrades.
Some bombers tragically crashed into civilian targets, killing dozens on the ground. Survivors struggled to navigate home through remaining enemy defenses. By nightfall, 73 B-24s were lost, over 500 men killed, wounded, or captured. Despite the losses, Ploiești's refineries were operational again within weeks.
In the Pacific, the B-24 faced the same brutal reality, over empty ocean and hostile skies.
Ditching was nearly fatal. Deep fuselage hit water like stone, sinking in minutes. Many drifted alone, miles from safety, battling exposure and despair.
Every sortie carried a deadly probability. One mission might lose a dozen planes, another 50.
Untrained crews stepped in to replace the fallen, often barely prepared for combat.
Every flight was a gamble against fate, not just enemy guns.
From England, North Africa, Italy kitted home, the B-24 struck deep into Axis territory. Rail yards, factories, and oil fields that ruined. The bomber's range allowed devastation beyond rivals.
But its thin wings and heavy controls made formation flying deadly.
German fighters chose their prey, often the Liberators first.
Flak bursts could tear a wing apart instantly.
Pilots fought exhaustion and unresponsive controls just to keep flying.
In the Pacific, long-range missions meant hours over open ocean, often alone.
A single malfunction, a day, engine failure, fire, or fuel leak wire could be fatal.
For every plane lost, another rolled off the line, fresh crews stepping in.
Over 18,500 built, more than half lost. 30,000 airmen never returned.
The skies were littered with twisted metal and smoke, a graveyard in the air.
Even beyond Europe, the Liberator struck targets once unreachable, paying a heavy toll.
Crewmen endured frostbite, deafening engines, and endless hours of terror.
Unlike the B-17, the B-24 was faster and farther reaching, but far less forgiving.
Engines would fail without warning. Oil leaks turned fuselages into fire traps. Pitching in water often killed more than enemy fire, as planes broke apart instantly. For the families, the Liberator was a ghost sets, delivering news of sons who would never return. Today, a handful survive in museums or commemorative flights, engines echoing with ghosts. It was a machine of numbers, strategy, and sacrifice. The Liberator delivered hope and destruction in equal measure. Each mission tested courage, endurance, and the will to survive. Its reach and firepower shaped battles, but never spared those inside.
Europe, Africa, Pacific, wherever the war called, the Liberator answered.
Yet unlike the B-17, it never became a monument, only a memory.
Its legacy is measured not in steel, but in the lives it carried and took. The B-24 Liberator, the most produced, the most unforgiving, the most tragic. Its story is not of machines, but of men, and the sacrifice that victory demanded.